Hello and welcome. Today we're on a tour all about the Aboriginal people and their history. We'll take you through several landmarks, rituals, and even a performance of traditional Aboriginal music. So, a little history about the Aborigines. They first originated 20,000 years ago, before the arrival of the European settlers. Aborigines, like many religions, believe in having a god or gods who created people and the surrounding environment.
The main core of the religion is the concept of dreaming. This period came to be when ancestors, who are supernatural beings, arrived. The Aborigines believed that the world was formless and without shape until the ancestors gave shape and helped create the first humans. The ancestors organized the humans into tribes, created languages and customs for the people. When the ancestors left, they left behind symbols on rocks and landmarks.
Aboriginal people are very religious and spiritual, yet rather than praying to a single god they cannot see, most believe in an array of gods and goddesses, whose images are often in a recognizable form. This form may be of a particular landscape feature, an image in a rock art shelter, or in a plant or animal form. Aboriginal art has been around for over 20,000 years. Since there's no official language for the Aborigines, they use art to represent stories. Indigenous art is used to pass down information important to the Aboriginals. By using symbols, they can achieve storytelling and can teach children morals.
The Wangina are cloud and ring spirits from Australian Aboriginal mythology that are often depicted in rock art in the Western Kimberley region. According to the people of Kimberley, the Wangina have large eyes like the eye of storm but no mouth.
It was said that they had no mouths because that would make them too powerful. The Wangina is often illustrated with elaborate headdresses indicating different types of storms. Another example is the rainbow serpent, or rainbow snake. It plays a significant role in the beliefs and culture of the Aboriginals in Western Arnhem Land as it created life. The story goes as follows. At the beginning of time, before anyone or anything walked on Earth, everything was flat and there were no mountains or rivers. One day, the great rainbow snake woke up and crawled out of the ground. The rainbow snake went all over the earth, leaving winding tracks in her path, and eventually returned to the land she woke up from.
The rainbow snake called out to all the frogs that were storing all the water, which soon filled the winding tracks and created all of the rivers, lakes, and oceans. With the abundance of water, animals, insects, and plants were created. The rainbow snake made rules that everyone must follow, such as the law to care for the land. All that followed the rules were made human.
The belief of the rainbow serpent, according to the Aboriginals in the Kimberley region, suggests that it places spirit children throughout water holes in which women will become impregnated if they wade in the water, as it has life-giving powers that send conception spirits to the watercourses. There are many different versions of the rainbow serpent. However, within every story, the rainbow serpent is seen to have been the creator of human life.
The Aboriginal people do not believe in animism, which is a religion's belief that objects, places, and creatures possess a distinct spiritual essence. Although they may not believe in a rock possessing a soul, some may believe the rock could have been created by a particular god or it somehow represent a god from the creation period.
Aboriginal gods have many roles, and no single term can describe all of them. Based on their primary role, they fall into three main categories, and a god may belong to one, two, or all three categories.
The first category, which many are involved with, is the creation of people, the landscape, and the aspects of the environment. These gods are called creation beings. The second category, ancestral beings, are gods regarded as direct ancestors of the people living today. Ancestral beings have taught the first generation how to make tools and weapons, hunt animals, and collect food. They had laid down the laws that governed society and taught people the correct way to conduct ceremonies.
Although they are regarded as ancestors of the people, many gods do not appear in a human form. In Aboriginal religious belief, a person's spirit may return in human, animal, or plant form after death. An ancestral being may have the appearance of a plant or animal, but have done deeds similar to a human in the past.
The third category is the totemic beings, which represent the original form of an animal, plant, or other object during the creation period. The concept of a totemic being overlaps with that of a creation being and an ancestral being, as the totemic being may create a balance of species.
Moving on to culture. Aborigines believe that music and dance are very important and are often represented in ceremonies held by tribes to showcase talent. Aborigines tend to sing songs pertaining to land issues and issues they're faced with.
The didgeridoo is possibly the most recognizable instrument of the Aboriginal culture. It's made out of the tree trunks, which are hollowed out by insects like termites to create an instrument. Listen to a little of what it sounds like.
Dance is incredibly important to Aborigines. Different dance moves are passed down generationally. It's also a creative form of expression to entertain in the culture. Here's an example of the kind of dances they do. Rituals are an essential aspect in the Aboriginal religion, because they believe that through religion they can access the immense power of dreaming.
Initiation rituals help young people to formulate their spiritual identity. The initiation process helps move a young people into adulthood, much like a bar mitzvah.
A popular initiation ritual is called Willi Aru. This is when the boy being initiated stands with his eyes closed while men in the tribe cut their forearms and let blood fall on the initiate until he is covered with the dried blood of the men. This ritual is done to connect the boy with his relatives. The boy is then struck on his neck and back to symbolize death. The boy is then given a bull roar, which is an instrument.
Next, the boy has to live in the wilderness until all of his wounds are healed. He returns back to the tribe and becomes a man at that moment.
Moving on, food preparation is a lengthy and important process for the Aborigines. And since most foods eaten by the Aborigines come from nature, preparation is a necessary process to ensure the food is safe to eat. Pounding is a common practice in which a root would be beaten with a rock or stick to help take the bad taste away from it. Another method of preparation is grating. Grating could be accomplished by using tree bark or any hard material from nature to grate a vegetable. And another example is grinding. This is when you have a flat stone and you put seeds on top of it. You then add a little water and use a stone to grind the seeds to make a paste. So, are there any questions from the audience?
Yes, I have a question. Where do Aboriginal people tend to live?
Great question. Aboriginal people live mostly in Australia, but most Aborigines were/are nomadic. They base their homes on where the most food grows. For Aborigines, land is very sacred and the essence of all spirituality, so where they choose to live is incredibly important to them. Are there any other questions?
Yes, I was just wondering about how many languages do the Aborigines speak, and about how many tribes are there currently?
There are currently about 500 tribes in Australia, and the most common language is spoken by Aborigines is called Yolngu. There are about 40 different sublanguages in the Yolngu language. About 150 languages in total encompass the whole religion.
If there are no other questions left, that concludes our tour of the Aboriginal culture and religion. We hope you enjoyed it.
Bye!